Hey guys, it's Ria here with a little message from the heart. I already shuffled all the cards, and actually 2 cards popped out for today. This is a little grass, seaweed grass in the shape of a heart. You can see it here. It's on the beach. It's a little bit of moisture, a little bit of wetness. And this one popped out, which is also a seaweed plant, and it's also on the beach, and it's in the perfect little shape of a heart. So you can see it's perfect there. But when I looked at the 2 cards, I kind of resonate with this one today, but I will go over this one real quick. And this one here, it's called Release. And again, these heart cards are all images from Mother Earth and messages from Mother Earth, just to help us to align to our own heart energy. Because when we are aligned to our own heart energy, we're in tune and we're in alignment to our highest self, to our higher self, to the greatest possibilities, the truths that we are. And when you're aligned to that energy, then that's what you create in your physical reality. So they're all just little messages and guides and reminders. It's nothing that you don't already know, but a lot of times in life we get caught up in the human mind and the to-dos and the way that our mind thinks things should work. But when we tune into the heart energy, it's a higher frequency, it's a higher vibration. It's actually God's self within us. And when you tune into that, then you create that. So this one's called Release. And the words say, emotional pain lets us know we are stuck in an old belief system. It's begging for release to allow movement into freedom. It is a call for us to expand our consciousness. As we shift beyond limiting thought forms, we expand into greater awareness of love. So what this card is saying is we get caught up in when we are having a lot of emotional pain or distress or confusion, it's because we're caught up in old beliefs, old energies that we need to move out of. We need to think beyond them. And in order to do that, you got to kind of feel it, let the pain exist and say, okay, what am I believing that is causing this pain? And for you, it could be, obviously it could be anything. Obviously my throat chakra is clearing today. I have to keep clearing it. I haven't done a reading in a little while, so probably I'm just trying to get the flow, get the clearness, the clarity. So say in your life, you have a limited belief about you. Say you've always had hard relationships. Say you've never found the relationship that you really want, but you might be, and the reason that you keep producing that is you could be holding on to a belief of unworthiness or thinking you can't ever get what you want, because the human mind is based on what has happened previously. So if you keep running that same loop, you keep running that same storyline, you're going to keep producing it. And the emotional pain is letting you know, hey, this is not the truth, because whatever does not feel good is not truth. Because if you are in alignment with your higher self, with your God self, it feels good. It's a frequency of it's a vibration of a higher frequency. It feels good, it feels peaceful, it feels balanced. But like this picture sort of, like here's the heart, but it looks like there's like a little other mumbo jumbo intertwining going. So what the card is calling you, or what emotional pain is calling you for, is to release it, to like work out of this old energy, this old loop, and to move beyond it in a more whole, which is kind of represented by this circle, more wholeness. Move beyond it by saying, okay, obviously, I keep repeating this cycle because maybe deep down, not that it's truth, because that's why it's painful, is that you are not worthy, or you're not capable of achieving that job or that position you want, or that home you want, or that reality you want to create, whatever it is. And if it's causing distress or pain or fear, it is not the truth of the situation. And if you can find what it is that's holding you back, you can acknowledge it and say, hey, I understand this is part of my old belief system. I don't want it anymore. And you just ask for guidance from your spirit, your heart, your higher self to help you, your guides to help just release it. Just acknowledging it and knowing, okay, that's the root of it. I can let it go. Then you can. And it might not, it could happen instantaneously, but sometimes it takes time. But all that matters is the intent. You want to move beyond that into a greater love. And in that greater love, because this is the earth, you can ground that. You can bring that down. You can bring that down to earth in more clarity. And because this is on the beach in the sand, and the moisture represents emotions, water represents emotions, and releasing them. And this card is just calling us to do that, to expand into a greater awareness of love. Because all emotional pain too, it is a gift. It's not anything to fear or feel bad about yourself, thinking because you are experiencing, say, emotional pain, that you might feel that, oh, I'm doing something wrong. But you're not. It's all just part of the process of expanding into a greater love and light and awareness. And it's just part of it's kind of bridging the gap between the physical experience, and bridging the gap to your higher self and creating that life that you want. You've got to kind of go through the release. And it's not just the release in this lifetime. As you release old emotional energies, they're not just yours. You're helping the collective. You're helping all lives release that, because they're really, in reality, there's no time. You're connected to all the yous that ever were, all the versions of you and all the people. So you are also helping to release eons of experiences of pain. So what you do for yourself, because we are all connected through love, God, oneness, you are doing for everyone also. Not that you're to be a martyr and take that approach, or I got to carry this burden of the world or of consciousness, mass consciousness. It's not that, but just focusing on yourself, you automatically are doing that. So I'll read this one real quick, because I think it might have a little, obviously it's going to have a connection, or they both wouldn't have popped out. I love this one just because it is perfectly formed. I love the little connection. It's almost like descent from heaven energy coming down and being grounded to earth. I love that. It's almost like guidance from your angels, guidance from heaven, guidance from God, the universe. And then the little point to me just kind of represents a little grounding rod onto Mother Earth. So I'll just go over this one real quick, because they both popped out and they might go together. This one's entitled The Many Yous. You have many people in your life because no one person could possibly mirror back the multidimensional aspects of oneself. The world is our mirror. We attract a variety of personalities in our life, reflecting a multitude of characters in order to become more fully integrated in the love that we are. So what this is saying is everything on the outside world, all the energies that you see, are little aspects of yourself you either have acknowledged or not acknowledged. It's all beautiful. It's all good. It's part of all the one greater God, the greater spectrum, the connectedness of all. It's like we are all God's selves having different experiences. Like what you're going through because you chose that. What I'm going through because I chose that. I chose to have that experience, that ray from the greater God, the one God. I chose that experience in order, that's my focal point to help expand love, to expand God, to have the physical experience. I chose that. So I'm a reflection of you, because we all come from the one source, but I might be acknowledging something in yourself that you haven't, or that you are, or that you need to expand. I'm just like, it's like this big puzzle. Obviously, we hear this many times, and we're all little pieces of the puzzle, the greater picture. And I've come to experience what I have, for you don't have to, and you have, for you don't have to. Or I don't have to experience what you have. So we all have our experiences, yet we're all connected. So even though you're having a different experience from me, and I from you, it's still affecting me, aspects of myself. We are reflections of each other. And that's how the whole world works, is we're all connected. We're all having experiences that affect one another, whether we realize it or not, on a conscious level. And we're all, in the end, helping the greater perspective of love and awareness on earth. We are shifting earth to a greater frequency of love, of heaven on earth, through our own individual, I don't want to say through our own individual challenges. What we've come here to release, we've come here to release old energies, to make room for new energies to flow in, to expand love, from seeing it from a different perspective of, oh, I'm not enough, or I don't think I can do that, to, yeah, I am one with Creator Source. I can do this. I can work through anything. I am the creator of my life through my frequency and vibration. I can create, I can attract opportunities that bring me the greatest fulfillment. And this is just saying, through our connection of all, we're all helping each other do that. We're all aspects of one another. And collectively, we're creating a heaven on earth, and individually. And even those that aren't ready, we're still helping them eventually, and they will accept it or embrace it when they are ready. So everything in through this here is helping multidimensional selves. It's saying we are all aspects of our multidimensional selves. We're all reflections of each other. And this is saying when you do clear emotional energies, you're doing it not just for you, but for the all. And emotional pain or suffering is just, you don't have to suffer. You can move through that to a greater expansion, to a higher, coming to a higher awareness. It's like working through all this and then boom, coming to more clarity. But stay with it, feel it, say, why am I experiencing that? And if you don't choose it anymore, just say, hey, I release that, and do it through faith and love, because you don't always feel it. It takes a little while on the physical reality to catch up with our intent or our new energy. It doesn't act as instantaneous as it would in the spirit world. So say, hey, I release this, but you still don't see the results of releasing it. No, there's a certain amount of faith and trust, knowing that it is, whether you see it or not. You can't base the changes that are taking place within you immediately, because there's still an echo of the energy presenting the physical reality, reflecting back the old energy. There might be a little bit of a so-called time lapse before you see it. So these cards are just encouraging us to let us know that if you're feeling pain, it's not the truth of who you are. Acknowledge it. It's an opportunity to release and move beyond that. Finally, after eons and lives of experience in that, and it can reflect in a physical form. Like right now, there's a lot of talk of physical ascension symptoms, and a lot of that is just the culmination of releasing all that old stuff, and just to be present. Don't let fear take over it, because if it's fearful, it's really not the truth of what's going on. Because I experience that a lot. I'll get into a fearful physical state of mind, 3D, human, and want to approach it in that way. But it's beyond that. It's just an energetic manifestation of a great shift happening right now. The emotions, the physical things that we're going through. The physical is just wanting to expand, bring more light into the body, and release the energies that no longer serve us, that are more dense, and becoming more light. Just like the background here, like the sky, the lighting here, it's just like, it's just brighter and lighter, and that's what we are here right now to do. All right, guys, hopefully this helps somebody out there. Thanks for listening, and have an awesome day.